This is Boxing Talk 8576. I was looking at the Bleacher Report a couple days ago, and I seen on there where it was talking about who would win between the 72-10 Bulls or today's Golden State Warriors. And Charles Barkley, he even made a comment saying the Bulls will win easily. See, this is why I think the Bulls will win. I mean, this is how I know the Bulls will win. I'm not going to say the obvious thing. The Bulls got Michael Jordan and Golden State does not have Michael Jordan. No, that's not even that's already a given that the Bulls got Michael Jordan and Golden State don't have Michael Jordan. Because I know a lot of people when they make that argument, they were like, well, Michael Jordan was on Chicago and Golden State didn't have Chicago. But the Golden State Warriors has not last year, this year, or any year since they have been successful, and that's even before they won a title. They have never faced a defensive team like the Chicago Bulls of that 72-10 roster. They had Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, Ron Harper, Michael Jordan, and Randy Brown. All those guys were really, really good defensively. The Bulls that year were shutting people down. They were actually holding a lot of teams in the 80s. Because I remember that season. I remember looking at how dominant the Bulls were. I didn't even look at all the games because when I started looking at the games, the Bulls were like dominating people so much. I was just ready for the playoffs and ready to see who the Bulls were going to face in the playoffs. That's how dominant they were. And Golden State, yeah, they are offensively, they are really good. They have really good shooters, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes, and those guys, even Andre Iguodala can hit the three. But they will not be able to freelance and just pop up all those threes like that. The Bulls were good at guarding the paint, and they were good at guarding the three-point line. And Michael Jordan was at the top of his game and at the top of his powers. They had Tony Kukoc, who was the Michael Jordan in Europe, the best player from Europe. They had Dennis Rodman, one of the greatest rebounders pound for pound ever, and a really good defensive player down low and on the perimeter. They had Scottie Pippen all around, can do whatever you want him to do, pass, play anybody on defense. He can guard 1 through 4. And they had Ron Harper, who was a really good defensive player. And they had Randy Brown. And I took this top 8 players from each team and I wrote them down. These are the key players. For the Chicago Bulls, Randy Brown, Ron Harper, Michael Jordan, Steve Kerr, and yes, Steve Kerr was on that team, the guy that coached Golden State right now, Tony Kukoc, Luke Longley, Dennis Rodman, and Scottie Pippen. And Golden State 8 key players were Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes, Andre Iguodala, Andre Bogut, Sean Livingston, and Leandro Barbosa. That was their starting 8. And the starting 5, who I will predict will be the starting 5 for each team if they played each other, because nowadays you play small ball, and the Golden State Warriors love to play small ball. So the Bulls will have to bring out Scottie Pippen at point. You got him 6'7", long wingspan, guarding Stephen Curry out on the point, out on the perimeter. That will be a difficult matchup for Stephen Curry. Scottie Pippen don't have to worry about Stephen Curry taking him off the dribble because he will have a good backline defense behind him. And Scottie Pippen was really good at moving his feet. Scottie Pippen, he was guarding, point guards back then that were just as quick and just as good as Stephen Curry. So I don't want people out there to think that Scottie Pippen can't guard him. He can't guard him the whole game and shut him down the whole game. He will make it very, very difficult. He will make him take uneasy shots. He will have his arms and his feet in front of Stephen Curry a lot. Then you have Michael Jordan at shooting guard, Ron Harper at small forward, Dennis Rodman at power forward, and Tony Kukoc at center, because you will have to play small to combat Golden State small ball. Golden State will bring out Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, and Andre Iguodala. I predict the Bulls will win 4-1 because of Golden State has a great crowd in their arena. That's a great crowd. That's a great crowd for them to play in. It's a hostile crowd for any team to go in. But I'm looking at these matchups, and a lot of these matchup favors the Chicago Bulls. You know, Scottie Pippen and Stephen Curry, he's going to make it hard on Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry still will probably average like 25 points a game, but he will take a lot more shots to get 25 points a game. Scottie Pippen will bring down his shooting average considerably. You got Michael Jordan and Klay Thompson. We already know what that is without even talking about it. Ron Harper and Harrison Barnes, that's a wash. Dennis Rodman and Draymond Green, that'll be an interesting matchup right there. That may be a key matchup right there. And Tony Kukoc and Andre Iguodala, Tony Kukoc will outclass Andre Iguodala, man. That's just what it is. Tony Kukoc was inside and out, and Tony Kukoc can hit the three, and he can post up. So Tony Kukoc was a really good all-around player, and he was 6'11", 7 feet. That'd be a hard matchup for Andre Iguodala. It would be a hard matchup for Tony Kukoc on the defensive end, trying to guard Iguodala. But Iguodala is not a offensive juggernaut, so he won't have a lot of problems. He won't present a lot of problems to Tony Kukoc on the offensive end. So, you know what I'm saying? Golden State is a good team, really good team of today. Chicago Bulls was a great team of their time. And that's when people were actually allowed to play defense. You're not allowed to play defense now. People can run around and do what they want to do and freelance and go one-on-one all day. You can't play defense nowadays. Back then, you can play defense. And Chicago Bulls were the top defensive team that year. I got Chicago Bulls winning 4-1. I don't know what y'all think. Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. This is Boxing Talk 8576. I'm out.